Skylanders Trap theme released 10 years ago today in North America. And I'm telling you this because Toys for Bob, the company behind some of the Skylanders games, usually do 10-year anniversary live streams, which means we can expect another one either today or on the 10th in 5 days to match the European release of Skylanders Trap theme. Now, what does this actually mean for the community and for the game? Truthfully, not a lot. It's nice that they're commemorating the anniversary, but the other two anniversary streams didn't really amount to much. But I'm gonna have to ask you to bear with me here and to take some doses of copium, because I'm about to explain why today, or in 5 days time, could be the announcement of something big for the Skylanders community. Now, starting with the most recent bit of news, and by far the most notable, is that a YouTooz AMA happened on Reddit, and one of the responses stands out in particular, where we can see clearly that the YouTooz admin running behind the Reddit account did post saying that Skylanders will come out early next year, referring to Skylanders YouTooz figures. Now, this isn't a game announcement, no. This isn't an actual Skylander figure announcement, no. But this is a Skylanders related piece of merchandise coming early next year.
Now, wait a minute there. Where is your proof that this isn't fake?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because here it is. Someone messaged the YouTooz account, and YouTooz confirmed that it is true and it is not a faked account or a faked response. And Boombringer himself even checked personally, and they confirmed it to him as well. Now, I know what you're thinking, that's cool and all, but that doesn't confirm anything, that doesn't mean anything for the games. And yes, you are correct. But there is some more evidence that is worth bringing to the table that could be noteworthy here. First of all, on the Toys for Bob website, they have this mystery game under their recent games section, and that background looks awfully familiar, if you ask me. Now, once again, I know, copium is a powerful thing, but you've got to see where I'm coming from with this. And everyone else as well, this isn't just me, I'd like to clarify. But there's also more that I'd like to bring up. This isn't everything yet. Because moving on to our next exhibit of information, we have the reference to Skylanders that was made in the recent title release of Astro Bot, where essentially in Astro Bot there was a reference to Skylanders as there's a bot that you can collect, which is obviously Spyro, but the description for him says last spotted in the Skylands, which technically grammatically incorrect, it's just Skylands, there's no the, but oh well. It's a Skylanders reference, quite evidently. Now, this one is a bit more of a stretch, but on the Toys for Bob Twitter account, at the end of last year, they were saying they'd been experimenting with Unreal Engine 5 a little bit. And then, after claiming that they were experimenting with Unreal Engine 5 a little bit, they also said that they were partnering up with Xbox to publish their next game, which is in very early development, and this was posted in May this year, so a couple months ago, but it could hint towards something, especially considering Xbox is obviously Microsoft and Activision was acquired by Microsoft, and you know who also went under Activision? It was Skylanders, and Toys for Bob used to be until they broke away and became independent earlier this year, which could also mean good things or bad things for Skylanders, but them working with Xbox is particularly noteworthy as well because the Xbox, I don't know if he's the CEO, the Xbox guy, Mr. Xbox, said Skylanders was one of the games he thought would be good to bring back.
Changing community. Are there any other games or franchises, just for you personally, deep in the vault that we can now potentially explore that you're just personally excited for people to discover for the first time or maybe rediscover?
I hadn't really thought about that question. Specific on Activision and Blizzard, you know, there's some moments in Activision's history. You mentioned Tony Hawk, you mentioned Guitar Hero, even things like Skylanders, or that were moments where the teams kind of innovated outside of expectation. What do you mean I'm going to carry a plastic guitar and plug it into my console and play? Like, that's never going to work until it worked. And then everybody said, well, of course that was going to work.
So there you go, there's my compilation of like Skylanders news, Skylanders updates of the last, I mean that last bit was almost a year ago now, but the last while, that seems to all be heading in a direction that seems to be quite clear to me, at least. Where I think, personally, I reckon the way it's going to go is that sometime either today or on the 10th, in the 10th anniversary live stream, Toys for Bob will announce the YouTooz and stuff like properly and like officially, and then when they come out in, I don't know, whenever, early next year, I think that is like a prototype, a test, before they spend millions of pounds obviously producing all of the toys and stuff like that. But I reckon the game might already be in development, and the YouTubers are going to see if people are still interested. Would people buy Skylanders toys? And if people do, then I think that's when they're going to start actually producing maybe figures for them to then see if they could actually make a Skylanders comeback. And I think it is very possible that we see that towards the end of next year. I don't think that they'll be releasing a game anytime soon. Like, I think late next year, like maybe like another year from now at the absolute earliest, because it's too late this year to release one. They'd want to release it in enough time before Christmas, and next year they don't want to release it and then have it immediately overshadowed by GTA 6 is another big thing. So I do feel like it is worth mentioning that, but I think it is more likely than ever that a Skylanders remake or Skylanders 7 or what Skylanders whatever, I think it is more likely than we have had at any point in the last 8 years that one of them is coming than now. I think it is all eyes are sort of looking in that direction. It's been hinted at, or at least I'd quite clearly take this as hints, and I'd like to think as a community we've made our prayers heard. If you look at the Toys for Bob Twitter, for example, in the comments of every post there's at least one person asking about Skylanders, so they clearly know that there is still demand for it. And so hopefully this is them coming back and revisiting the concept and revisiting the community. But that's all we have to say. If there's anything I missed, let me know in the comments. To be honest, here in the UK it's coming quite late in the day now that I'm finishing up editing this, so I've been busy most of the day. It is 8:40 PM, so I'm running out of hope that it is going to be today. But the 10th is still looking like a good day on the calendar. And so fingers crossed for the 10th. And fingers crossed that YouTooz thing goes through well. And fingers crossed we maybe get a new game announced next year. Would be kind of cool. Or maybe even released next year, but that might be a bit of a push. So yeah, other than that, that is all I have to say. I know this is against my weekly schedule, I'm sorry. There'll still be a video on Monday, don't worry about that. This isn't replacing that. This is simply replacing the Saturday shorts upload with a full video. So yeah, that was what I wanted to say. I felt I need to post this video. And as I haven't posted Skylanders recently, but it's still a big part of my day-to-day life. And so yeah, I wanted to share that and to talk about that. And I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Now, obviously take everything that I said in this video with a grain of salt, as most of this isn't confirmed. There is no confirmed Skylanders 7, none of that is true. Even the Skylanders YouTooz we should be skeptical about. This could be an elaborate troll by the YouTooz Reddit guy, or whatever, but, you know, the idea is that it's looking like a Skylanders game is going to occur, Why did I say occur? There is going to be a new Skylanders game, or a Skylanders something. Skylanders something related. It's going to come soon-ish. That will still be a couple of years, most likely, to be completely honest. But it could also be next year. It could be sooner than we think, which is definitely worth a notice if you would ask me. I think it's just a good topic to talk about. And yeah. Yeah, now I'm actually done. So yeah, for the second time in this video, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.